Hey guys, it's Miss Sandra Punt, and today I am actually going to be the host of your Ed Puzzle, and we're going to do commonly confused words. Some of these words you're going to be familiar with, and some of these maybe you do need to practice on. So I found this PowerPoint on a site called Grammar Bites, and anytime you have any grammar issues such as subject-verb agreement and things like that, comma rules, semicolon rules, that kind of thing, Grammar Bites is a great site. They're all interactive, and you can get the answers right there. All right. So anyway, we're going to be looking at confused and misused words and phrases. A common one is affect and effect, and we'll go over that shortly. All righty. At the end of this video, by the way, we will have a short quiz, and they will look just like this. You can read the screen here. On objective tests such as the ACT, they have questions that will look like this when they're testing your grammar. Anyway, it's a sentence, and in this case, they're trying to see which one of them is using there incorrectly, or maybe they're all correct. And so if you read through that really quick, my friends ate at Tito's Taco Palace, so they're hoping that their lunch stays down, for there are rumors that health inspectors cited the filthy kitchen. And the correct answer is this there. Number C, because it actually refers to location or a placeholder. The THEIR shows possession, which is being used correctly there. And the THY''RE is a contraction, and it stands for they are. And like I said, we'll get into those in a little bit, in a few minutes. All right, so here's some words that are oftentimes misspelled. The ones over here on the right are spelled correctly. So if you have a tendency, because this is a big one that I see, to spell the word a lot as all one word, it should actually be two separate words. And so he's going to show you, oh, my bad. He's going to show you all the ones that were spelled incorrectly. Besides a lot of times students will put supposed to, and it should be supposed to. So you can go back and look at those if you need to. Make a mental note. This is really what this is about, is correcting your own writing and making you a better writer by going, okay, here's the ones that I struggle with. All right, here's some definitions. So just to kind of make the distinction between among and between. Between is looking, whenever you use the word between, it's just between two subjects, and among would be used for three or more. Amount and number, good and well, those are some that people struggle with. Good is an adjective, well is an adverb. And then we have explicit and implicit. So you can look at those definitions. All righty. This right here are some words that you need to just notice that maybe just a letter can make all the difference in the world. Okay? Here's a good one, lose and loose. They are pronounced very differently, and I think what happens is students just aren't pronouncing them correctly, and then they use them incorrectly in their writing. So remember, lose would be like, you lose the game or you lose something, but then loose means like your belt is too loose or your pants are too loose. Another popular one is were and where, and another biggie would be, oh, this will be in our next one, I think. Let me not get ahead of myself. We'll get there in a bit. Okay, the another one is apostrophes. When they don't use an apostrophe, it shows possession, but when it does use an apostrophe, that means it's a contraction, okay? So I like to kind of look at the contractions first. So if you're not sure if you use it's with the contraction, remember it's means it is or it has. If the sentence doesn't make sense with it, then you know to use it without. Whose stands for who is or who has. If that doesn't make sense, you spell it out, WHOSE. And then finally, you are is what your, the contraction stands for. If that doesn't make sense, you just use it without. Okay? Contractions do contain an apostrophe, and oftentimes some of you in your writing forget the apostrophe. Okay. Here we go. This is the one I was going to talk about, I think. We go advice and advise, affect and effect. Notice that affect is a verb, effect is a noun. Capital is our city, capital or state capital, and then capital is the building for lawmaking. I am so sorry. I just messed you up on that. Capital is wealth or money. Capitol is actually our state capital or our U.S. capital. Cite and cite, course, compliment. With an I means praise. With an E, it goes well together. Like chocolate ice cream. A nice compliment to that is hot fudge. And then and than is also one that sometimes people mess up on. Yes, why is English so complicated? This is the one that I want to add one to. Alrighty, so we've got accept and accept, R and R. Notice that past means past tense of past, and then past would be like the past. Precede, proceed. Principal, that's like our principal of our school. Miss Jones is our pal, as opposed to principal, that's truth. Some other popular ones, through and through. Weather and weather. This is one that I've seen a couple of times this year. Most of the time when you're writing an essay, this is the type of weather that you're talking about. WHETHER introduces it like, I'm not sure whether I would like to go to the beach this summer or to the mountains. I don't know if any of us will be going anywhere, right? And then the other type of weather obviously has to do with climate. Another one that's not on here that I wish was is witch, meaning like a witch that flies through the air. That's WITCH. I can't think of too many times in our writing that you will be using the WITCH that rides on a broom, but the other one is WHICH. It's like, which one do I choose? The red one or the blue one? So make a note of which and which if that's an issue for you. All righty, so relax, we're almost done. All right, let's look at two, and two. The first type of two is usually introduces a prepositional phrase. Remember, in a prepositional phrase, all prepositional phrases have a noun. It can also be used as an infinitive. An infinitive is when two precedes a noun. So an infinitive is two plus a noun. The other one is to show degree, or also it can mean it's a synonym for also. Like, that's just too much. Or I want to go to the store too, meaning also. And finally, the last one is the number two. Okay, and then let's look at there, and there. Really focus on this, especially if you are one of those students who has a tendency to always want to use our first type of there, THERE. Remember, that indicates place or location. All right, across the road is the lake. The turtle hopes to get there before the car hits him. The other there, THEIR, the one that most of the time in your writing you're probably wanting to use, is the possessive form. So make this distinction in your writing. Just set it to memory. Look right here. Most drivers don't see the turtle. Their eyes, yes, the eyes are their possession, are glued to their cell phone. They own the cell phone. It's their possession. So if this seems to be an issue for you, this one right here shows possession. That's probably the one you need to use most of the time. And then finally, the last one is the contraction form, meaning they are. Okay, they're also distracted by other devices like the radio and navigation system. All right, so now, I just wanted to point out that most of the time when you're writing an essay in class or for a test, you don't get a dictionary, unfortunately, right? But hey, trust your gut. You probably do know it. Sometimes you're probably just rushing. All right, so now we're going to take a quick test. So what I'll do is I'll put up the question, and then on the right-hand side, you will answer the correct one. So test yourself and see how you do. All right, so number one, I'll let you quickly read the sentence. You can take as much time as you need to, and then you will just go ahead and continue with the excuse me, I cannot talk. You will continue with the slideshow. All right, so the correct answer here was whole. Jake did not eat the whole pie, WHOLE. All right, let's see item number two. Read that through and decide which one you should put, A, B, C, or D. And the correct answer is sense. His fashion sense. It should be spelled S-E-N-S-E. All right, number three. Make your choice, A, B, C, or D. You may now continue. Oh, sorry. Now look, pick A, B, C, or D. My bad. And the correct answer was, then we can grill the sausage. Then we can grill the sausage did not make any sense. All right, the next one. Let me read this one. Heed my advice and don't lose your receipt. The college bookstore will not accept any excuse if you need to return those books. Hopefully the answer stood out to you. And the correct answer was, don't lose your receipt. You see the difference between lose and loose? They're not even pronounced the same. Okay, number 5, the herd of gazelle leaped through the air as the animals tried to elude the cheetah. Pick A, B, C, or D. And it should be changed to herd, H-E-R-D, not like I overheard a conversation. All right, number 6. This one you'll probably need to look pretty heavily at those maybes. Sometimes they're combined and sometimes they're not. And here's the correct answer. Maybe Gerald is caught in the traffic, or he may be. So it's really very, that one's one of those tricky ones. Okay, I'll give you that one. Number 7, when there are fewer students in the class, the professor has less worries than everyone is getting individual attention. Choose the correct answer, and it should be fewer worries rather than less. Okay, number 8, you can read that. Let me read this last part. But today we're exhausted after spending all night preparing the desserts. All right. And yes, there's no change there. That was correctly spelled desserts, not deserts for number C. Item number 9, Greg passed his chemistry final, so now he won't lose his scholarship as he walked past the diner. He rewarded himself with a milkshake. Hopefully that answer is obvious. It should be lose his scholarship. And finally, number 10, we've got a couple of accepts on there. You decide which one. And the correct answer is A. Mr. Ramos hopes to accept, not accept. All right. Well, that completes our lesson for today. Now you can go ahead and go play the Kahoot, and then you can fill out the form on commonly confused words. Have a wonderful day and best of luck to everybody. Stay safe.